North America is home to many different types of beautiful and amazing snakes. However, aside from corn snakes, which is the one everybody thinks of, which ones make good pets? Here's a list of 5, in a rough order. Number 5 is pine, gopher, and bullsnakes. These snakes are impressively sized, most averaging between 4 to 6 feet long, with some specimens growing up to 8 feet long. They do need a large enclosure though. They are also great eaters, and they can be found at expos or online or from breeders. For a bull snake, you're looking at around $100, so expect to pay between $200 and $500. Next, western hognose snake. These snakes are small, with females hitting around 3 feet and males staying considerably smaller. They can be picky eaters and will go off food randomly. They like to eat toads in the wild, but in captivity they will live just fine on rats and mice, appropriately sized, of course. They can be found in reptile shops, pet shops, expos, and online. They're becoming very common. And expect to pay at least $100 for a captive bred baby, maybe a little more depending on the morph. So certain morphs will go for considerably more. They are technically venomous though, so look into your local laws to find out if you can legally keep a hognose snake in your area. Number 3, king snakes, one of my favorites. And this includes milk snakes as well, which are a type of king snake. They don't get too large, between 2 and 5 feet long depending on the species and the subspecies. Do research though on the specific type of king or milk snake that you have and plan accordingly as far as enclosure size goes. They are great eaters that love food. I have never had an issue getting my milk snake to eat. She will also eat in shed, so that's great. If you're worried about a snake that'll go off food randomly, I would go for a king snake because they love food. They absolutely love it. They will eat other snakes though, which can lead to them trying to eat you. If you're handling them, your hands will start to smell like the snake you're holding and they will try to bite your hand. It's happened to me before. It's nothing to really worry about. A little bit of blood, but it's not a huge concern. They must also be kept alone due to this fact. So unless you are breeding them, and you know what you're doing when you breed them, just don't keep any type of king snake with another king snake, or any snake at all. They can be found online at expos and occasionally in some pet and reptile shops, but expos are the way to go for them right now. Expect to pay at least $75 for a captive bred baby, depending on the species and the subspecies, but prices between $100 to $150 are about what you should expect. Garter snakes, they are lovely. They are very common and in the wild. They are becoming quite common in captivity. They stay small. Most species average between 2 and 3 feet. There are some larger species like the giant garter snake that can get close to 5 feet. They can also be kept communally. Just be careful though, because the snakes should be similar sized, and don't keep males and females together because they will breed. Unless you are specifically trying to breed the snakes, keep only males and only females together in the same enclosure. They don't need to be fed appropriately sized rodents, so you can also feed them things like chicken heart, fish, and earthworms. They can be found captive bred at expos or from breeders. You can also order them online, captive bred. There's not too many people working with them, though they are becoming more common in the pet trade. Expect to pay at least $50 to $75 for a captive bred baby, though this depends on both the species and the subspecies. So do your research and look around. Some garter snakes, like the California red-sided garter snake, go for quite a bit more. So they are beautiful, and the price is certainly worth it to the right people. Number 1, Rosy Boas. These small boas are one of 2 species that are found in the continental United States. They stay small, topping out around 3 feet long. So they don't need a huge enclosure. Minimum 40 gallons is perfect for these guys. They don't require high humidity or high temperatures. They are a cooler species that does not do well at higher temperatures. So keep it cool, keep it dry. Being boas, they like food, and they can be fed appropriately sized rodents. Rosy boas can be difficult to find if you don't know where to look. You won't really find them in reptile shops or pet shops. More than likely you'll have to go to an expo and you might get lucky there. The best bet is probably to go to a reptile expo. However, when you do find them, they're generally inexpensive. Since there's not a huge demand for these currently, they don't cost too much. Expect to pay about $90 for a captive bred baby, though the locality and the morph will both factor into that. So it could go up to a couple $100. Just do look around, see who breeds them, and inquire about prices. And that is my list of 5 of the best snakes from North America that is not a corn snake that make the best pet. If you like this video, please look at some of my other reptile videos, and I will see you next time.